It looks like it's a full moon, November 4th, 2025. Let's see if I can zoom in any better. Yeah, it looks pretty amazing. But anyways, we're having a little full moon campfire, put out some positive intents. We just got that started. Yeah. Well, let's talk about T plus something, we'll figure it out, but let's say a Tantra practice, Tantra session in the last couple is partner shavasana. So do yoga, a yoga session, and usually at the end you do shavasana, which some people think it's resting, but it's really integrating. It's integration time. So when you're doing Tantra yoga and you're working with a partner and the session is towards the end and you do shavasana, it's a integration time for individually as well as the coupled energetics. So that could be if not a physical connection when you're doing shavasana, laying next to a person, touching hands, touching feet, whatever. It's at least an energetic, where you're still in the same shared sacred space. The energies are still informing as it integrates. So the part that wants to mention about that is there's been some opportunities to have some awarenesses during a partner shavasana. But when you're in that space and you're physically coupled to another person as well as energetically in a shared space, like the other person starts to, like, you know, sometimes you get the little jerking tremors when you're starting to fade, starting to go from somewhat awake to somewhat sleeping state, like your eyes are closed, you're kind of like starting to drift off, you jerk a little bit now and then. And in that time, it's just such an awareness, at least the awareness I had, it was that creates such this space that allows a person to relax who usually has a hard time relaxing, like stuck in high gear all the time, and just to watch how the body slowly releases, relaxes, parts become soft and supple and fall away. I don't know what that means, but you know, to the point where, you know, not snoring, but maybe drooling. So, you know, they're kind of like in a deep slumber, perhaps, or a slumber if not deep. And just to witness that space where this person gets to experience something that they really don't experience on a usual level, or a level that they can get to by themselves, but in a shared space. So that is one awareness, and it's just such, like, it's gratitude on such a not a physical level, but like just to have been allowed by the universe to be there and be that support and that person holding that space so that person can experience that. You know, that's I don't know. You know, words don't say it. You have to have the feelings when you're in it. So, I guess kind of keeping with the theme of partner shavasana. Another tantra session. You know, most of them usually end in some type of shavasana, as traditional yoga does. And you know, it's not necessarily supposed to be a sleeping type of thing. Or deep relaxation is what allows the integration of the energies. And I state it that way because previously I talked about a person, the partner, like falling off to sleep or whatever the right word is for that, because it's such a relaxed state. But another session at the end was kind of like a shavasana, and it was still like holding a posture, really. But it felt like it was the end of the session and it was time to integrate instead of still doing energetic work. And it was just holding the posture with another person. And just breathing and actually watching the different breathing patterns as it cycled through. It was all part of integration and experiencing being connected to another physical form and watching the energy patterns and how they interacted. And you know, it sounds, you know, it's very on the surface, that stuff, but behind it, underneath it, is like really deep, profound gratitude and compassion for the other. The word soul comes in, the other soul, and the reflection of your soul through them. Yeah, pretty like profound stuff. And you know, that's what shavasana does. It helps you, you know, integrate your experience. And very grateful for my experiences, my soul's guidance. I think that's the end of what wants to come up to share about Tantra yoga practices recently. What it really feels like now, when I'm just trying to check in and see what else wants to be said, is that it says turn off the camera, put it away, back the chair up about 5 feet, all right, maybe 3 feet, and close your eyes. And there's some synergy between the fire and the full moon and me. And it feels like it's a shavasana time. Not that I did yoga out here, but it just feels like it needs some integration from the energies here. So I'm going to honor that.